My name is Brianna Ewan. I'm a 27-year-old student at Brigham Young University, Idaho, studying public health. I'm learning to create a public health communication campaign and want to discuss the topic of added sugar intake among Utahns. I've lived in Utah my whole life, minus a year and a half I spent in South Korea, and I love the state of Utah. But I've noticed a huge difference in the diet I ate in Korea and the diet of my friends and family here. I've also noticed a difference even visiting my husband's family in Irvine, California, where many of the population comes from Asia. Many people here in Utah choose to eat unhealthy diets, and I want to help Utahns come to know the dangers of unhealthy eating, especially those of added sugar intake. I've always been interested in food and nutrition, and the topic came up quite a bit during my time in South Korea. 제일 좋아하는 음식 무엇입니까? What is your favorite food? I would ask in my broken Korean. Adults and kids alike would have similar answers. Kimchi, kimbap, which is a seaweed roll with rice and veggies, oranges, kimchi stew, soybean paste stew, seaweed, persimmons. These were some of the common answers I would hear. Here in Utah, asking the same question, what's your favorite food, commonly brings responses such as cookies, chocolate, brownies, and candies, especially among children. Why do we as a society depend on sugar so much? Sugarcane has been grown on U.S. soil since 1751. Louisiana claimed the largest sugar refinery in the world in 1830. In that short amount of time, America became addicted to sugar. In 1876, the Hawaiian Reciprocity Treaty helped make sugar more available to ordinary Americans. Prohibition in the 20s, where alcohol was prohibited by law, drove people to sugary sodas. And now the average American eats 130 pounds of sugar per year. That's around 2.5 pounds per week. So if you can imagine one of those 5-pound bags of sugar, half of that bag would be eaten in 1 week by the average American. But what is sugar doing to us? Excessive sugar intake has been linked to a decreased intake of essential nutrients. Basically, sugar has replaced things like vitamins, minerals, fiber, things that our bodies need to stay healthy. Sugar intake has also been linked to, of course, cavities, weight gain and obesity, blood sugar problems, including insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, which are growing in commonality in America, heart disease, depression, infertility, and Alzheimer's disease. The American Heart Association recommends that men eat no more than 36 grams of sugar per day, and that women eat no more than 25 grams of sugar per day. The average American eats equal to roughly 36 grams of sugar per day on soft drinks alone. And again, the recommendations for men were 36 grams per day, and women were 25 grams per day. 25 to 30% of Utahns drink sugar-sweetened beverages like soft drinks on a daily basis, and Utah has recently been called out for consuming twice as much candy as any other state in the U.S. Sugar is a huge problem in America, and even in Utah. How can we fight this? How can we help our families and our children avoid life-threatening diseases, and diseases that affect our lives so negatively? The answer is simple: by cutting our sugar intake to the American Heart Association standards. The thing that I love about this call to action is that you don't have to cut sugar completely out of your diet. I too enjoy the occasional cookie and brownie. You simply have to be more aware of how to identify how much sugar is in things. Even things like pasta sauce and bread have sugar in them. Where natural sources of sugar can be found, like fruit, how you have to learn to identify what to replace the things that have sugar in them that you would normally use with, and also be conscious about how many sugary snacks you're eating in a day. You can learn more about these things in my next podcast or at my website, which is https://sites.google.com/view/managing sugar intake Utah. Thank you for listening.